Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a number of petitions today. The first one is from my constituents of Kingston and the Islands, and it concerns Bills C-38 and C-45, Mr. Speaker, which gutted protection for ecosystems, especially around bodies of water. The petitioners call on the government to recognize the importance of ecosystems to our well-being and prosperity, and they call on the federal government to restore federal statutory protections for fish and other natural habitats. The second petition, Mr. Speaker, from my constituents of Kingston and the Islands concerns climate change. And you might know, Mr. Speaker, that climate change is partially responsible for the low water levels in the upper Great Lakes. And that Canada has shown a lack of international leadership. So the petitioners call on the government, Mr. Speaker, for Canada to show international leadership in reaching agreements to keep the rise in global temperatures, average global temperatures, to under 2 degrees, to take action domestically, to do our fair share, and to measure progress by an independent validator. There are two petitions, Mr. Speaker, from my constituents of Kingston and the Islands concerning genetically modified alfalfa. The petitioners are concerned that the introduction of commercial genetically modified alfalfa will affect non-GM farmers, will affect organic farmers, and may affect international trade. And so the petitioners call on the government to have a moratorium on genetically modified alfalfa until its study on farmers can be properly done. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, a petition from my constituents in Kingston and the Islands regarding corrections. They call on the federal government to adopt rational best practices, including the avoidance of double bunking, in order to reduce recidivism, to improve the rehabilitation of offenders, to improve public safety, and to avoid wasting money. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.